Hello, this is Jeff with Barbershop Radio, and this is my series, A Walk in the Woods. And this is simply where I walk in the woods and talk a little bit. And this morning, I wanted to talk about a dream I had, and then an old YouTube channel that I did nothing with. So a few years ago, 2020, I guess, actually maybe it's 2021. I started a YouTube video, a YouTube channel, and then it was just all about calling. It was not a lot of content, about 30 minutes worth of content, maybe 6 or 7 videos where I would just talk about calling and what that meant to me. And so pretty good content, not earth-shattering, but good, solid content. And so I'll get back to that, but let me tell you about my dream last night, and then I'll kind of connect the two. Maybe. Maybe I'll go. So last night I had this dream. So I am going to see a client. Actually, client's coming to see me. He's going to come to my house. I'm going to cut his hair. And so he gets to my house, and it's not at the house I currently live in. It's my childhood house, probably significant. And so in my childhood house, he doesn't come inside. He comes around to the backyard, the backyard where I used to play and have my tree house. So he comes around there directly in the back, and he's going to sit in a barber chair I've got set up in the backyard. It's like an old school barber, like one of the heavy ones out in the backyard. So, but before he steps out, I'll look at the backyard, and it has got dog poop, like a lot, like not your dog, you forgot to do anything for a couple of days. No, it's like months worth, like it's gross. And he goes to step and almost steps in a big pile of it, and I automatically feel this enormous amount of shame in this, that I have not cleaned this up. And I kept thinking, how long would it take me to clean all this up at this point? I've got to do this. I can't believe I invited this guy over to get a haircut, and then, he's got to do this. So it was just shame, immense shame that I felt. I felt like I didn't measure up. I felt like I should be doing better. I felt like he would never do this. So that's all that I felt. And so getting back to my YouTube video, I talked in this video, and it was a pretty cool conversation about the shadow self, and how there's a part of us that don't want to move forward and succeed. Like we're scared. And so we let that part of us that wants to protect us from any kind of harm, embarrassment, vulnerability, win. And so sometimes we do that, and that's why we don't succeed in something. It's not our circumstances as much as it is that part of ourselves that's trying to protect. Don't want to be vulnerable. And so it was a pretty cool thought. So I did those 7 videos, about 30 minutes worth of content, and then ended up talking about the shadow self, not allowing us to go forward. And then I did 0 with the content. And so as I think about that dream last night, I think about how, maybe some of the reasons for all those things is sort of, thinking back about our childhood and where we learn, like, what's shameful and what we should feel terrible about ourselves about, things that look bad, things that are neglectful, and how that sort of stops us in our tracks. And then, thinking about going to get clippers, and then there's these snakes everywhere. And I can't get to my client to do my job because these snakes are just coming out everywhere. But the bizarre thing about these snakes is that they weren't scary to me. I mean, they were actually they were a little bit scary. Like I didn't want them to bite me, but I remember being just mesmerized by these snakes. They were everywhere. I couldn't believe I'd seen, and they're really pretty. I mean, pretty scary, pretty, but pretty. You know, and I kept thinking, oh God, I've never seen this many snakes ever. This is like weird and cool all at the same time. So I'm trying to put all these thoughts together, and I don't have any clear picture of this. So don't get me wrong. I don't know exactly how to analyze my dream. Maybe some of y'all will have this perfect analogy. But I really just say all that to say really that there is some pretty clear connections. And part of it is that we do have these automatic things that want to make us retreat back into ourselves and not put ourselves out there. And it really rarely has to do with, are we innately good enough to do it? It has more to do with how we feel about ourselves. If I didn't clean up my yard for a long time, I mean, that's not a great thing, right? But it doesn't innately say that I'm a bad person. It may say that I was really busy for the last 10 months and failed to get out and, or failed to get somebody over or hire it done or whatever it is I need to do to clean up my yard. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm a terrible person. It means that I'm realizing it right now and I'm going to do something about it now that I know. But that's not what I thought. I just thought I'm terrible, And I think that, when I made these videos, this series of videos, I showed about 5 people eventually because I really wanted some feedback. But I was scared to death to even show anybody because I'm like, this isn't great stuff. This is really raw and not great. And then again, I retreated back and I allowed kind of this part of myself to protect me, and I didn't do anything with it. And because in many ways, it's just easier not to. So this is kind of my attempt again to put some good things out in the world. So I hope it helps. I hope just being in nature, even if it's through video, is helpful. And I hope that you and many of my friends find some time to just get out, be in some green space, breathe in the fresh air, listen to the birds, watch the squirrels and rabbits and deer all around us. I think they'll speak volumes to us in ways that we don't have the ability to speak to ourselves. So allow that healing to happen. Thanks so much for watching. Keep up with me, please. Let me know what you think, and I'll look forward to hearing your stories as well.